You can feel when she's slipping away, can't you? The texts slow down, the laughter fades. The warmth that once pulled you in starts turning cold, polite, distant. You sense it, but you tell yourself not to panic. You think maybe she just needs space. Maybe she's stressed. Maybe it's temporary. But deep down, you know, it's not. Something's changed. That moment is every man's silent heartbreak. Realizing a woman who once adored him now looks through him. And what most men do next destroys their chances completely. They beg, they chase, they plead for attention. They try to remind her of what we had. But the truth is, begging never reignites attraction. It kills it. Because begging says one thing: I've lost myself trying to keep you. And that's not love, it's desperation. You can't convince a woman to feel what she no longer feels. But you can reawaken her interest by triggering something far deeper than logic: her instinct. You see, attraction doesn't disappear. It just shuts down when she stops feeling your emotional power. And when a man loses that power, everything else, his words, his gestures, his effort, starts to feel empty. But when you know how to reframe your energy, rebuild your presence, and re-establish emotional polarity, you can flip that dynamic completely. Not by chasing her, but by becoming the version of yourself she can't ignore. Because what reawakens a woman's interest isn't your words, it's your transformation. It's her realizing you're no longer the man begging for her approval, but the man who's found his center again. This isn't about manipulation, it's about magnetism, about understanding the psychological pattern that draws a woman back, not to your attention, but to your energy. And that's what I'm about to teach you. 3 steps that reignite her attraction without a single text, gift, or plea. 3 steps that make her stop scrolling, stop pretending she doesn't care, and quietly start wondering if she made a mistake letting you go. Because sometimes the only way to make her chase you again is to remind her what it feels like when you stop chasing. When a woman starts pulling away, the male instinct is to close the gap, to fix, to explain, to fight for her attention. But what you don't realize is that every message, every call, every attempt to convince her only reminds her why she lost interest. Because when you chase, you're no longer the man she respected. You've become the man seeking validation. You don't regain attraction through explanation. You regain it through energy recalibration. Here's the truth most men never hear. Attraction doesn't fade because you're not enough. It fades because your energy shifted from being to proving. In the beginning, you were present, confident, unpredictable. You didn't need her approval. You were in flow with your own life. That's what drew her in. But when things got emotional, you abandoned that grounded energy and tried to manage her feelings instead of leading your own. So the first step is to stop speaking and start resetting. Pull your energy back, not in anger, but in clarity. Create emotional distance without emotional drama. That means no long texts, no late night "I miss you" messages, no checking her stories, no half-hearted "hope you're okay" calls. You're not punishing her. You're refocusing on yourself. Because when a woman senses that her emotional pull no longer controls you, something deep inside her reawakens. Her subconscious starts asking, "What changed? Why isn't he chasing me anymore?" That curiosity is powerful. It's not manipulation. It's polarity returning. In psychology, this is called emotional resetting of perception. You're reintroducing mystery into a dynamic that had become predictable. You're reminding her of the one thing every woman desires: a man who is fully himself, even in the face of rejection. Silence doesn't mean absence. It means presence with boundaries. It's not what you do next that matters. It's who you become when you stop doing anything at all. Because in that quiet space, she starts to feel the one thing she never expected to feel again: your value. When a woman loses interest, she doesn't stop seeing you, she stops feeling you. The spark dies not because you changed physically, but because you lost your emotional gravity. You stopped radiating the quiet strength, direction, and confidence that made her feel safe and intrigued around you. So this second step isn't about external gestures, it's about realignment. You have to rebuild your internal authority. That means regaining control of your emotions, your purpose, and your presence. Because the truth is, women don't fall in love with words, they fall in love with energy. The kind of energy that says, "I don't need you to complete me. I'm already whole." Take a look at your habits since she started pulling away. Have you been overthinking, replaying every moment, stalking her online, hoping for a sign? Those behaviors don't just drain you, they broadcast weakness, and attraction dies in the presence of emotional dependence. But when you redirect that same energy toward yourself, your body, your mind, your mission, something incredible happens. You start radiating quiet certainty again, and whether she's near or far, women feel that shift. Your voice becomes calmer, your texts become lighter, your silence becomes powerful, not passive. You stop reacting and start responding. In psychology, this is what's called the reactivation of self-concept. It's when you stop defining your value through someone else's perception and return to your own emotional home. That's when your magnetism reawakens, because women are drawn to men who lead themselves, not men who seek direction from them. You don't need to post fake confidence or play games. You just need to reconnect with your essence, the man you were before the anxiety, before the need to prove, before the chase. She fell for that version once, and she can feel him again if you bring him back. When you realign your focus to growth, purpose, and self-respect, she subconsciously senses that her emotional control over you is gone, and that's when curiosity becomes attraction again, because a man who no longer seeks her approval suddenly becomes the man she wants to impress. Most men fail here because they reach out too soon or too softly. They send a "Hey, how have you been?" text that screams uncertainty. They try to act casual, but the energy behind it is neediness disguised as friendliness. Women can feel that. Every emoji, every word choice, it all carries an emotional frequency. You don't want to reconnect from weakness. You want to re-emerge from strength. Here's the psychological key. Attraction reignites when a woman experiences contrast. She remembers who you were when things fell apart, and suddenly she sees who you are now, and that contrast shocks her system. It creates emotional dissonance, the same force that makes people rethink decisions they thought were final. So instead of texting her out of the blue, start by letting your evolution be visible indirectly. Maybe you're more focused on your fitness, your career, your hobbies. Maybe you post a photo that radiates calm confidence, not revenge, not "look at me," but peace. That subtle display of grounded growth re-enters her subconscious before you ever speak. Then, when you finally do reach out, make it non-needy and emotionally neutral. It could be something simple, situational, or shared, something that doesn't ask for validation. "Hey, I passed that coffee shop we used to argue about. Still think you were wrong about their muffins." Light, confident, warm. It shows emotional maturity. She'll read it, and here's what will happen inside her. Her mind will try to stay distant, but her body will remember the chemistry. Her emotions will betray her logic, because suddenly you're not the man who begged, you're the man who evolved. Women don't re-fall for words. They re-fall for energy that feels new but familiar. You've rebuilt your frame, and when she senses that your world is moving forward with or without her, she'll feel an uncomfortable pull, a mix of admiration and regret. That's attraction being reborn. Re-engagement isn't about control. It's about re-establishing polarity. You don't chase, you lead. You don't remind her of what was. You embody what's next. Because the moment she realizes you no longer need her is the moment she starts wanting you again. When a woman starts to feel drawn back in, her first instinct isn't to run toward you, it's to test you. She wants to know if the change she senses in you is real, or just another act to win her back. These tests won't look obvious. They'll come as sarcasm, emotional distance, or small jabs disguised as jokes. Most men crumble here because they slip back into old habits. They start proving again, explaining, convincing. But the man who understands emotional psychology knows her test is not rejection, it's verification. She's not trying to hurt you. She's trying to see if your new energy is authentic. When she pulls away, stay centered. When she goes quiet, don't chase. When she teases, smile. Respond from a place of calm leadership. Show her that you've learned how to stay grounded even when emotions rise. That consistency rewires how she perceives you. It tells her you're no longer reactive, you're reliable. Attraction deepens in the presence of emotional safety. She doesn't fall for control or manipulation. She falls for the quiet confidence that says, "I don't need to win you. I just choose to be real." That energy is rare. It's the opposite of begging or pretending. Psychologically, what you're doing is establishing secure dominance. It's not about being cold, it's about being calm. You stop overanalyzing every text, every tone, every emoji. You start operating from a place of grounded certainty, and she feels it. Women are instinctively drawn to emotional stability. It's the signal of strength they subconsciously seek. So if she reaches out again, don't over-celebrate. If she compliments you, stay humble. If she flirts, enjoy it, but stay composed. Show her that the new you doesn't need reassurance to know his worth. That's how you stabilize attraction, not through tactics, but through energy mastery. Because when a woman realizes that your peace isn't dependent on her, she starts to crave being part of it. There's a moment every man eventually faces, the mirror moment. It's when you stop asking, "How do I get her back?" and start asking, "Why did I lose myself trying to keep her?" That's the real shift, because no matter what she does next, whether she comes back or stays gone, you've already won something far more valuable, your self-respect. See, attraction isn't about power over someone. It's about power within yourself. When you finally stop begging, stop chasing, stop trying to prove your worth, you return to the version of you that she was drawn to in the first place. The man who moved with purpose, the man who had direction, the man who wasn't waiting for permission to feel worthy. That's the man who makes women obsessed, not through tricks, but through truth. Because true magnetism isn't loud, it's quiet. It's the confidence of a man who doesn't need to be chosen to know he's enough. It's how he walks into a room without demanding attention, yet somehow everyone notices him. When a woman senses that you've detached from the outcome, when she feels that your peace is intact whether she's there or not, she starts to reevaluate everything. She remembers the man she first respected. She feels the loss of that energy, and instinctively, she wants to reconnect to it. But by then, something has shifted. You're no longer waiting, you're observing. You're in control of your story again. The truth most men never realize is this: you don't regain a woman's interest by trying to make her feel something for you. You regain it by reminding yourself of who you were before you forgot your worth. Once you live from that place, calm, confident, unbothered, attraction stops being something you chase. It becomes something you naturally command. So here's my question for you. If the woman you want walked back into your life tomorrow, would she meet the same version she left, or a man she's never met before? Answer that in the comments. I want to hear your truth. And if this message hit something deep inside you, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, subscribe for more insight like this, and share it with a man who needs to hear it. Because sometimes the difference between losing her forever and regaining her respect is one moment of awakening.